Hello folks, SparksOpus here. Yes, I know, I was kinda done with the series, but here I am again, with some things for Definitive Edition and Cross. And boy did I find something interesting that may or may not have some connections between Cross and the second game. Or the connection to the main series in general. I only found a single small site from 2 years ago that is mentioning it. But let's not talk around too much and just finally get into it. I will start with the out-of-bounds footage from Cross first. No story spoilers, but I will fly across all regions. Post-finale, that is. Once again, I can't record during cutscenes. Different game, different console, different tool. But someone asked me to make some recordings anyway, so there you go. Let me tell you that flying around in 4K with 120 frames is quite nice. Weird flex, I know. But the game is holding up quite nicely in these higher settings. So Blade Tower is empty, but has one line that is actually hanging independently from the rest. If you wonder if there's anything to be found, not really. The only thing I did found was another red lobster by accident. I will stream and complete this quest when the remaster comes out. I promise. People in the comments told me that I switched too quickly and should show more footage. First, I don't want to waste your time. Second, people click away rather soon anyways. Look here, those are the analytics from the video on the Out of Bounds video 4.2. After 1 minute, half of the people already left. And things just go down and down after every minute. I think it would become boring, and me showing you things quickly and compact is the way to go. Right, moving on. I know that Luxon talked about the moons and implications, and I was able to do a little something here, zooming in by reducing the field of view, which shows even more that, yes, the moons are half transparent. And to be completely honest with you, that is not normal, and I find it hard to believe that this could simply be an accident. That is not an accident. Every moon looks different too. This one has those red lines on there, which is likely rust, meaning that there is a lot of iron on that moon. And well, here's the rest of the bunch. They are just present. You have some stardust here and there, but the stars in the sky look kinda samey, not gonna lie. If you increase the field of view, this game becomes even more of a spectacle. Here you have some shots. Coming close to the massive orb in Sylvalum, those sharper shadows and sharper textures do become noticeable. It looks quite nice. I can hear some Nintendo fans screaming that 240p and 20 frames is playable and more than enough. No. There is an orb inside an orb. Looks quite mesmerizing. Quickly flying over to Cauldros, as you would expect, yes, all those ancient and forgotten civilizations are all fake. We are all in a simulation, it's all just for show. Everything is empty. At least we still have our lifehold units with the extra crisp United States flag, which are also empty. Also, I found some neat little red rocks. I like them. If I have my geography correct, Oblivia should be over there. Sick. Actually, that was a bit anticlimactic. Let's do it like that. Let's go. This is so much cooler. Now that we're finally over at Oblivia, let's look around a bit. Something that I've been told to look into is something that I kinda completely overlooked even in my original playthrough. There's also black fog inside here, and it has no bottom. Who knows how deep this hole actually is? Which looks even weirder from further away, where a lot of water is surrounding it from the side. There's the Oblivia ring from underground. And a close-up at the textures from the other rings. I am quite curious about all that alien-looking stuff that you can find around this place. Those are all absolutely connected. You see those marks on those, I don't know what to call them, but those are identical to the ones that you can find on the massive Oblivia ring. Was it all part of one massive ship or weapon? I mean, who knows really? And also, all those metal tubes, guess where they lead? Exactly, nowhere. Thank you for the short trip through Xenoblade Cross though, hope you liked it. Now the one thing about Cross that I mentioned at the start. So usually, if you're familiar with how models work and stuff, you would just call all parts of a mech or human or whatever as their individual parts, right? Or maybe just body part 1, 2, 3 and so on. Something that I noticed, once again just by accident, while going through some relevant models for the big project I had planned, there was something off with the Zoofark. You see, there are some descriptions for this boss stating that the ganglion's largest transforming scale, the Zoofark can achieve flight by bending gravity while contorting its legs and body to resemble a disc. The Zoofark's head contains a charged particle cannon of mammoth proportions, while its tail wields a powerful anti-material Gungnir cannon. In disc form, the Zoofark boasts a primary cannon powerful enough to take down the white whale itself. Such armaments make this craft equal to an entire squadron of standard scales. A scale being able to bend gravity, cannons so powerful they're able to take down ships 100 times bigger than the Zoofark himself? How? The body parts of the scale are called Aegis body parts. And the one side I mentioned also said that this entire scale is named Aegis in the files. Once again, keep in mind what we talked about in this video right here. There is a lot we could be discussing right now, but you know what? I will leave it up to you discussing it in the comments. There's definitely some implications that could be made here, but who knows really at this point. While looking around in the files for 2, I found multiple titans, and then this little fella. I thought I found an unused titan and got typed there for a moment. A moonfish looking titan? No way! Until I realized that this is the titan of the Maelstrom, which was a bit anticlimactic, not gonna lie. I'd forgotten about it. Then there is Definitive Edition. Spoilers, by the way. So, all the new models that this game received, right? They all should have low poly versions, which in this game seem to be the Wii models. All of the old Wii models are actually part of the files in the new Switch version. I could be wrong, of course, but those two are the only ones I found, and that would be kinda rad. Something else I found is that Zanza has a second model where his face is covered with a mask. I don't remember ever seeing this version of him. There's probably even more stuff hiding in the files, but I don't have the nerve to go through every single one of them. And I looked pretty thoroughly through the files myself anyways. But yeah, this is actually already it. Like what you saw? Then let me know with a like. All interesting links are in the description below. And as always, I appreciate you guys for being here, and I wish you all a real good one. Goodbye folks, see you tomorrow.